for a bag?
It's not just a bag. It's Prada.
It began with ambition, a name, a family who believed they could outrun fate itself. But empires built by one generation are inherited by another. But nothing stays in the past forever. And this time, it's not about survival, it's about domination. Before the boardrooms, before the scandals, before the empire, there was simply a family. Season 1 uncovered the rise of the Ackers, from Edward Acker's relentless ambition to the whispers of a curse that haunted his final days. We witnessed forbidden love, dark prophecies, and power seized through bloodlines and bold marriages. We followed Ralph Acker's clash with Dorothy Ellsworth, a union that rewrote society's rules, and saw Ruth Pendleton's glittering fall from grace. As love, legacy, and betrayal collided. They built fortunes, forged alliances, and kept their secrets tucked behind velvet curtains. But that was just the beginning, because in this season, the heirs step forward, the money grows, the stakes explode, and those once pulling the strings, now they're the ones caught in the web. Welcome to Season 2 of the Acker Legacy, Shadows of Wealth, where the past is never buried and every crown comes at a cost. In the heart of the post-war era, the Acker legacy saw a new chapter unfold with Edward Acker III, the surviving scion of Anne and Edward Acker II. In this episode of Acker Chronicles Generations Unveiled, we delve into the life of Edward III, a man whose journey epitomizes resilience, ambition, and the enduring Acker spirit. Edward Acker III, armed with an inheritance from both the Acker and Radcliffe legacies, showcased his financial acumen in a brilliant move. In the booming post-war economy, he diversified the family's funds into the burgeoning world of television and entertainment, a decision that would double the family's fortune.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to a brand new era of entertainment. This is Acker Broadcasting, your new home for news, drama, and dazzling variety. From the heart of the city to the comfort of your living room, the Acker family proudly brings you their very first night on the airwaves. Yes, sir, from publishing to programming, the Ackers are lighting up your screens. Stay tuned as we usher in a bold new chapter of television history, featuring spectacular shows, thrilling motion pictures, and news from across the globe, all under one name, Acker Studios.
Behind Edward III's calculated moves lay the indelible mark of his mother, Anne Radcliffe Acker. Her love for the arts, ingrained in Edward from a young age, manifested in strategic investments in the blossoming entertainment industry. From Edward's journals he wrote, "My mother believed in the transformative power of art. Investing in motion pictures wasn't just a financial decision, it was a tribute to her legacy and a testament to the evolving nature of the Acker fortune." The passing of Anne and Edward II left an indelible mark on Edward III's life. Their legacy became not just a financial inheritance, but a guiding light shaping his choices and ambitions. Written in his diary, "Losing my parents was a profound loss. It fueled my determination to not only preserve but elevate the Acker legacy." Fate took a decisive turn when Edward III crossed paths with Edith Aster, a scion of the influential Aster family, at a star-studded charity event. Edith's charm and grace captivated Edward, leading to a love story that would resonate through the annals of Acker history. Edith Aster brought with her an aura of grace and sophistication, emblematic of the Aster lineage. Born into one of the city's most esteemed families, her upbringing in high society laid the foundation for a woman destined to leave an indelible mark on the Acker legacy. As part of the Acker dynasty, Edith faced the scrutinizing eyes of society. Gossip columns speculated on the intricacies of their marriage, but the couple stood resilient, navigating challenges with a united front. Edith Aster was a woman of remarkable grace, intelligence, and sophistication. Her personality was characterized by a blend of elegance, charm, and a keen sense of social awareness. Edith carried herself with a natural poise that captivated those around her. Whether at social events, charity galas, or family gatherings, her graceful demeanor was a hallmark of her presence. Edith had a genuine passion for philanthropy and social causes. Her involvement in charitable endeavors showcased a compassionate side, and she actively contributed to various cultural and community initiatives. Amidst the sparkling galas and polished marble halls of high society, there was one place where Edith Aster truly came alive. A quiet refuge far from the flashbulbs and whispers. The Astoria Elephant Reserve, nestled just outside the city limits, was a sanctuary Edith had supported since her youth. Founded decades prior by a distant relative with a passion for conservation, the reserve became Edith's personal mission. While others saw it as a quaint philanthropic gesture, for Edith, it was sacred ground. She spent countless afternoons there, dressed in soft linen and wide-brimmed hats instead of pearls, helping care for the elephants. She knew each one by name: Amara, Sule, Marigold, and they in turn trusted her completely. She often said, "They remember everything you know. Elephants never forget kindness." It was this shared sanctuary that became the setting for one of the most whispered about moments in Acker family history. Edward Acker III, aware that Edith's heart beat strongest here, not in boardrooms or ballrooms, planned something unprecedented. On a sunlit autumn afternoon, he arranged for a private tour of the reserve under the guise of celebrating her latest charitable fundraiser. As they walked the familiar winding path, surrounded by the gentle giants she adored, Edith found herself feeling free and happy. And there, standing, surrounded by the elephants she had devoted her life to protecting, Edward dropped to one knee. In a world where everything fades, I wanted to promise you something lasting. In that moment, watched over by the wise, patient eyes of the elephants, he proposed. She said yes, her laughter echoing through the trees, mingling with the soft trumpet of the herd, as though the elephants themselves celebrated their union. Following their marriage, Edith became a leading voice in wildlife conservation efforts, with the Astoria Reserve later renamed the Aster Acker Elephant Sanctuary, a tribute to her passion and enduring impact. Her story became not just one of elegance and society, but of empathy, conservation, and quiet rebellion against the expectations placed on her. Edith Aster was a woman of substance, blending social grace with a commitment to philanthropy, strategic acumen, and a love for the cultural arts. Her presence left an indelible mark on the Acker legacy, contributing to the multifaceted narrative of the family's history. With Edward III now at the helm, the intricate web of Aker Enterprises shares became a defining factor in the family's narrative. Edward's cousins, heirs to their own branches of the Acker legacy, held shares reflecting their familial ties. Here's a visual breakdown of the Acker family shares in Sulani Weekly. Edward Acker III, 30%. Helen Acker, 15%. Henry Acker, 15%. John Acker II, 15%. George Acker, 10%. Alice Acker, 10%. James Acker, 5%. In an era where moguls shaped the economic landscape, one family stood as a symbol of opulence and influence: the Ackers. The 1940s witnessed the zenith of the Acker dynasty, a powerhouse that seamlessly blended wealth, power, and strategic acumen. With a combined net worth of $600 million, equivalent to a staggering $13 billion in today's terms, the Ackers redefined what it meant to be the architects of prosperity. The Acker patriarchs, Edward Acker II, John Acker, and Ralph Acker, orchestrated an unprecedented symphony of wealth. Their combined estates, an art collection worthy of museums, and strategic investments in media, including the highly successful Sulani Weekly, were the cornerstones of their financial empire. Ralph Acker's estimated net worth, $145 million in the 40s, $3.2 billion in today's money. Mega estates, estimating a combined value of $60 million. Artworks, assuming a valuable collection, will estimate a value of $25 million. Sulani Weekly, as a shareholder, Ralph Acker's share could be estimated at $20 million. Business investments. Given Ralph Acker's involvement in the family business, let's estimate a diversified portfolio value of $40 million. Edward Acker II's estimated net worth $250 million in the 40s, $5.5 billion in today's money. Owning multiple estates signifies considerable wealth. Depending on their locations, sizes, and market value during the time period, let's estimate a combined value of $50 million. Assuming a substantial art collection, we'll estimate a conservative value of $20 million. As the family business, its success over the years could contribute significantly. Let's estimate a value of $100 million. Given Edward Acker II's shrewdness and success, we'll estimate a diversified portfolio value of $80 million. John Acker's estimated net worth $155 million in the 40s, $3.4 billion in today's money. Similar to Edward Acker II, let's estimate a combined value of $50 million. Assuming a valuable art collection, we'll estimate a value of $15 million. As a Sulani Weekly shareholder, John Acker's share could be estimated at $30 million. Given John Acker's involvement in the family business, let's estimate a diversified portfolio value of $60 million. Combining the net worth of the wives, Marie Acker, Anne Radcliffe, Ruth Pendleton Acker, and Dorothy Ellsworth Acker, could add an additional $50 million to the family wealth, considering their contributions and potential family inheritances. Edward Acker III, the torchbearer of the Acker legacy, displayed financial prowess with a diversified portfolio valued at $120 million. His strategic moves in the post-war economy cemented the family's position as visionary investors, navigating the complex terrain of business with finesse. In the tumultuous 1940s, the Ackers navigated the peaks of wealth, leaving an indelible mark on history. As the world marveled at their financial might, the Ackers, with their estates, artworks, media prowess, and strategic brilliance, carved a legacy that transcends generations. The $600 million empire they built in the 1940s resonates in the annals of wealth, a testament to the Acker dynasty's unparalleled vision and success. As we conclude this chapter on Edward Acker III, we witness the Acker legacy in full bloom. His strategic vision, fueled by a passion for the arts and a love story with Edith Aster, sets the stage for the next generation. Join us in the upcoming episodes of Acker Chronicles Generations Unveiled, as we unravel the lives and legacies of the Acker descendants who continue to shape the narrative of wealth, power, and family.